everyone, I'm Chef Julie Andrews and this is Dr. Elizabeth Felton, and we're coming to you from the Learning Kitchen to talk about ketogenic diet recipes.
Yes, so the ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet that's used for patients with epilepsy. The version that I use in most of my patients is the modified Atkins diet. So typically there's a 10 to 20 gram carbohydrate limit per day.
So these are egg whites, and we are gonna make, with the egg whites, some really fun little buns, essentially. Okay. Like, it's called cloud bread. And so we start with egg whites, and I'm gonna grab the mixer here. And so cloud bread is really great because you can use it as bread or a bun for a hamburger or anything. So it's pretty great. And so with the egg whites, it's gonna take several minutes to whip these. We also wanna add cream of tartar. All right, so when you can see that it's making little dents throughout it when I'm doing this, that means that it's ready. Okay. And so the process of whipping the egg whites gives it a ton of air. And so our buns are gonna be really airy and fluffy and light, which is a good thing.
Yes, definitely, sounds great.
So you can see that nice little peak right there, that's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. Great. The other ingredients that go in this are 2 ounces of cream cheese.
Great. You wanna make sure to always use full fat because we're always trying to find ways to incorporate more fat into the diet. Yes.
All right, and then we have 3 egg yolks. So we just separated the egg yolks from the egg whites that we used for this mixture. And then we have erythritol, which is a sweetener that doesn't have carbohydrates. And that is an optional ingredient. It does add a little bit of flavor here, but you don't have to use it. Another thing that you could add to this is just a pinch of salt too, if you wanted that extra little flavor. So we're just looking for this to be completely mixed. So we're just gonna beat this until we don't have the lumps of cream cheese. We want them to be nice and smooth.
Okay. And when we do this recipe, we wanna make sure to include the carbohydrate included in the egg. So 3 eggs have about 1 gram of carbohydrate.
And that's kind of surprising. Not everybody knows that there's any carbs in egg.
Right, so if you look on the carton, it'll say 0, and that's because they don't have to include the carb content if there's less than 0.5 grams of carbohydrate per serving. But when we're only limited to 10 to 20 per day, we have to count every little bit.
Exactly. All right, so now we're gonna add the 2 together. And remember I said there's a lot of air in here, so we wanna be gentle with it so that we don't deflate it. Okay. And so we're gonna add just a little bit at a time and kind of fold it. So we wanna be really gentle with it. So we have a baking sheet with some parchment paper. And now you said we want this to make 6 servings, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so we wanna make sure that, you know, with keto, we wanna count everything. So we wanna make sure that we have 6 buns here.
And then each one will have about 1.5 grams of carbohydrate.
Okay. So our cloud bread cooked for about 30 minutes at 350. Okay. And as you can see, it makes that really nice brown crust on the top, kind of like a pretzel bun, which is super delicious. And so they get really nice and fluffy, and then they're just like a bun. So you can just make a little hamburger out of this or a sandwich, and they're really awesome.
Great.
Well, thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, I enjoyed it.
See you next time.